Hello everybody, this is Jeff Janess and welcome to our 5th lab exercise in cartography and basic symbology. In this lab exercise we're going to see how to turn on labels for a feature class. We're going to see how to set the attribute field that's used for the labels. We're going to see how to change the text formatting for those labels. And as a bonus we're also going to see how to get rid of the service layer credits that ArcGIS often puts into your map. Now in this demonstration I'm going to be using ArcGIS Pro version 3.3.1. Alright, now we're going to create labels for our Arizona Game and Fish Department Game Management Unit polygons, which are the hunting units managed by the Arizona Game and Fish Department. If you're a hunter in Arizona and you want to get a permit to hunt some game species, then you would apply for a permit to hunt in one of these game management units rather than just hunting anywhere in the state. Now we're going to be using the feature class AGFD, that's Arizona Game and Fish Department, Game Management Units. It's in your class data in the subfolder called Selecting and Creating Data. So I've got our catalog mapped to the class data, so you just pop down here to Selecting and Creating Data. Here is the feature class we're going to work with. So I'm just going to add that to a new map. And ArcGIS Pro will create a brand new map and put that data in there for me. Now your version of ArcGIS Pro may load automatically with some basemap. I've got mine set so that it doesn't do that. So I'm just going to add some background data just to have something to put Arizona against. And I've got a server map, so I'm going to go to the server ArcGIS Online. I'm going to load the National Geographic World map. So this just gives us something in the background. Now we want to add labels to these Arizona Game and Fish Management Units. So we're going to select the layer, hit the Labeling tab up here, which opens up the labeling ribbon. And then to turn the labels on, we just turn the label button here. Now right now they're all named with these values here, Flagstaff, Pine Top, etc. That's because it's using the attribute field reg_name. We want to change it to GMU, which stands for Game Management Unit. Alright, so for example, a lot of people in Flagstaff hunt in Unit 6A, and that's this one right here. Alright, so we've got some labels going now. They're easy to turn on and off. Turn them on and off here with this button. You can also turn them on and off by right-clicking on the layer and come into Label here, and that turns them on and off. So next step is to change the text properties of this so we have a little halo around them. We want to open up the Label Symbol Properties pane. Do that up here in this text symbol here. Just open this button to open the Label Properties pane. Make it a little bit narrower. To get to the halo effect, we want to have this icon active. Symbol here, this icon here. Scroll down to where we see the information about halos. Pop that open. Now we're going to make the halo symbol a white polygon with a size of 2 points. So it'll be just a polygon here. We're going to make it white. It comes with the option for an outline around the halo. I'm not going to set one. We could if we wanted to. But I'm going to make the halo itself 2 points in size. Also, just in case you're curious, I have this tool set so as soon as I make a change in here, it will appear in the map. You may not have it. I have this auto apply turned on. If you turn that off, then you'll have this apply button you need to click. But in the meantime, I'm just doing it automatically as I make a change. Now notice that we could change a few other characteristics here if we wanted to. If we didn't want Tahoma font, for example, we could pick any of the others that you have on your computer. You could change the color of the font. So maybe you want it in a darker red color. So all of these options are available to you. So the next step is to add this to a layout. And we've been doing this before with other lab exercises, so it should be familiar to you. Pretty easy. We go to the Insert tab, hit New Layout. Let's make this another 8.5 by 11 portrait format. Alright, so we have an empty layout. Now we have to add our map to it. This is, in my example here, it's map 14. Just make sure you know which one you're dealing with. So I'm going to go to Insert, Map Frame, find map 14. Here it is. I'm just going to draw a box where I want the map to be. Okay, there it is. Just to make sure, I'm going to have it zoomed to the extent of my state of Arizona. Alright, so we have a layout going. Next step is to add our name to it. That is insert. We're going to just do the straight text because that's easiest. But if you're in the mood for one of the others, you know, knock yourself out. Some of these are fun to play with. Type my name. Okay. Now, when we did that, we made a new layer in our layout contents pane. So if I want to change any properties of that item, I can just right-click on the layer over here, come to properties, and I'm going to make it a 30-point font. So I'm going to hit text symbol, come down to here, and make this a 30-point. All right, that's looking better to me. Let's just center it. Okay. Now this is really what we're trying to achieve with this lab, but I wanted to show you one more thing while we're here. When you add basemap data, Esri adds something to your map, and they don't ask you for permission. Sometimes people get upset about this, but this stuff down here, this text that Esri has popped into our map, this is called service layer credits. It's nice to have credits because when you're using somebody else's data, you usually want to cite them in some way. And so this gives you an easy way to cite the data. Esri is doing it for you, so it's all taken care of. But if you have another method you would like to cite their data with, and you don't want your map kind of interfered with by what is often not very attractive text, then there is a way to get rid of this. It's not obvious, so I'm going to show you how to do it. Let's zoom back to the extent of our layout with this button here. So the way you get rid of service layer credits is counterintuitively by adding something to your map. So we're going to insert dynamic text. About halfway down through this list here, you scroll down about halfway down, and in the center column there is service layer credits. So you click this. Now we're able to draw a box that will contain the service layer credits. We just draw it off the map somewhere. So I put it over here. It's gone from my map. My map is clean now, and so when I export the map, it only exports this part within the layout page. This doesn't get exported. If you happen to delete that, you'll notice it appears back again on your map. So I'm going to get rid of it just because I don't like the way it looks. All right, here we go. So our final product. Now I just need to export it. So I'm going to hit Share within the layout, hit Share, Export Layout. Pick a place you want to save it and a name to give it. We're going to name it Homework 7, Exercise 5, Your Name. So we'll do that. We wanted it JPEG at 100 dpi, so I've got it at JPEG. Let's change this to 100. Hit Export. Okay, it's been done. We can take a look at it if we like. If you hit that button, it'll just open up the image in whatever software you have set to do imagery. I'm using Photoshop, so it opens this up in Photoshop. And there we go, all done. All right, thanks so much, everybody. Appreciate you taking part. We got a few optional lab exercises coming up if you'd like, where we see how to do text formatting tags, where you can make labels look really interesting. You can set one part of the label to be one color, another part in a different color, different font sizes, different fonts, superscripts and subscripts. Yeah, a lot of really interesting stuff. We'll also see how to set up certain layers so that you can prevent other layers from putting labels over those features. So if you had a nice road map and then a bunch of towns or something, you didn't want the city names to cross the roads, there's a way to do that. It's called setting feature weight, so we'll look at that. And we'll also look at label classes, how you can set certain groups of features to all have the same labeling style based on a SQL query. So interesting stuff, and those are optional. All right, hope to see you there. Y'all take care. Bye-bye.